Namaskar, ma'am. Good morning. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, you
Okay, sir.
are.
All right. Thank you.
Just a moment because I am facing some issues with the slide. Just a moment though.
Yeah, ma'am. No worries. I was just testing my mic. That's what.
Okay,
Before
okay.
yeah.
To have two more.
Namah and a very good morning to one and all. I am MV Sai Aditya from S3 B.Tech ECE. Now, as in the past 2 days of the induction program, you all have gained an insight regarding the university through our respected associate dean, principal, the head of the departments, and the senior students. Now, today we shall be delving into the academic cell of our university, the industrial relations and the placements by the CIR cell, and also have a look at our wonderful campus surrounded by lush greenery and adjacent to the alluring backwaters. Now, we shall begin the day 3 of the induction with the college prayer.
वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा।
ध्यायामो धवलावगुण्ठनवती तेजोमयीं नैष्टकीं स्निग्धां पाङ्गविलोकिनीं भगवतीं मन्दस्मितश्रीमुखीं वात्सल्यामृतवर्षिणी सुमधुरं सङ्कीर्तनालापिनी श्यामाङ्गी मधुसिक्तसूक्तिम् अमृतानन्दात्मिकाम् ईश्वरी अमृतानन्दात्मिकामीश्वरी अमृतानन्दात्मिका ईश्वरी।
Maintenance of the right balance between the students and the academic community is crucial. In our campus, this job is taken care of by the academic cell, which is one of the core departments of our campus, which works towards providing services related to course registrations, examination conduction, result publications, etc. Let us all have a short glance at its functioning.
Om Amriteshwari Namaha. My humble pranams at the lotus feet of our most beloved Amma, Mata Amritanandamayi Devi. Welcome to Amrita System of Academic Assessment. Myself, Kala, Academic Coordinator, Amrita School of Engineering and Arts and Sciences, Assistant Professor from the Department of Commerce and Management, Amritapuri campus. First of all, I would like to congratulate each one of you and your parents for making the best decision of choosing Amrita University for your graduate studies. And here in my presentation, I am going to give you an overall idea of the entire academic system in Amrita University. Let us move on to the presentation. As you all know, the whole program will be structured on credit-based system and continuous evaluation following the semester pattern. Here, choice-based credit system allows the students to choose the core and interdisciplinary electives of their choice. So, when you pass a course, you earn credits that are added to earn the degree. Now, let us see what all are the entire assessment processes happening in one semester. So the first part is the course registration, which is done by the students in Amrita University Management System or AEMS. The next part is the evaluation part or the examination part. That is, after 25 to 30 working days, the first evaluation, that is the first periodical examination will happen. And after 50 to 60 working days, second evaluation, that is the second periodical examinations, will be conducted, and after 80 to 80 working days, the final examinations or the end semester examinations will be conducted, and the results publications will happen within 10 to 14 days from the last date of the examination. I told you about the course registration, examinations happening, the results publications happening, etc. How will the students know about this? For this, we have a website, that is ac.amrita.ac.in. Please note down, it is ac.amrita.ac.in, where all the informations regarding the course registration, examination schedule, online application submission will be uploaded. This is the authentic information which the students will get. Now let us see the process in detail actually. First is the course registration, which is done by the students and which is a mandatory for each course in each semester. The course registration will be done online and at the end of each semester for the following semester. By doing the course registration, you are confirming to attend all the classes without fail, along with the periodical evaluation, do all the homeworks and assignments as part of continuous assessment and the end semester examination. All the course registrations are approved through the financial endorsement. For all further information regarding the course registration, please contact the class advisor or the email IDs given in the Academic Cell website. Next is the examination part or the evaluation part. Normally, there will be 3 written examinations in one semester, that is 2 periodical examinations and 1 end semester examination. But in this semester, because of the pandemic, we have only 1 periodical evaluation, which is called as the midterm examination, and 1 end semester examination. So the total marks for the course, that is the 100 marks, is divided among periodicals, continuous evaluation and end semester examination. Your teacher announces the course plan with all such details in the beginning of the course itself, so that you will know how much weightage is given to each examinations and each evaluations. The periodical examination and continuous assessments are the best opportunities given to the students to score the marks before the final examination. So please make use of these opportunities. Periodical examination results are published without any delay so that the students can prepare for the next evaluation or the next examination. Certain percentage of attendance is mandatory to write the end semester examination. Students, please note, it is a mandatory thing. It is very, very important. Obviously, malpractices in the examination hall or during the examination may lead to the cancellation of the registration. Here, the lab courses will be evaluated by the concerned faculty members separately. These are the letter grades awarded to a student at the end of the course. It starts with O grade, that is 10 points for letter O grade. It is outstanding, and the students should earn minimum P grade, that is a pass grade, for the successful completion of the course. F grade denotes a failure in the course and FA denotes a failure due to attendance shortage. Failure in any course in any semester is not good, that everyone knows. But we are ready to give you chances to pass provided you are ready to study. Finally, it is the responsibility of the student to learn and earn a pass. But what happens when you fail in one course? As I told you, there are chances where you can improve your marks and get a pass grade in the course. and these are the chances given to the students. Either the student can re-register the course when it is offered, or he can register as an extra time redo and attend the class after the regular class hours if permitted, and appear again for the supplementary examination when it will be conducted by the end of the next semester. Next is the result publication. And there will be no delay in the publication of results. Normally, it will be published within 10 to 14 days from the last date of the examination. And after the publication of results, students can apply for re-evaluation of the answer sheet within 5 working days of result publication, and if there is any grievance regarding the results which they have got actually. And the grade certificates which will be prepared, and the students can collect the same from the administrative office within the 15 days from the date of publication of the results. And from the academic cell, there are different certificates which the students can apply and collect. Applications for official transcript, certificate verification, genuineness verification, etc. can be submitted online through the website, that is ac.amrita.ac.in, which I gave a mention before, and all the applications online services are available through the website actually. So this is the overall picture of the academic activities happening in one semester in the university. Hope you all got an overall idea about the system, and wishing you very best, all success and a very bright future. Thank you. Om Namah Shivaya.
Thank you so much, ma'am. The knowledge and idea behind the academic cell is one which every student must have. Now, moving towards the most sought after topic among the freshers, which is the placements. The real crux of a reputed university lies in its robust industrial relationships, which helps in making the students industry ready by the end of their 4th year. This mighty task is handled by the Directorate of Corporate and Industry Relations, CIR. Now, I request the CIR team to kindly provide the students with some understanding regarding the functioning of the same.
Om Amriteshwari Namaha. A very warm welcome to all of you. I am Darshana, part of CIR. I'm a soft skills faculty with CIR. I welcome you all to this session on CIR, Corporate and Industrial Relations. So without much ado, let me invite the head of CIR, Brahmachari Vishwanath Amrita Chaitanyaji, to take us through what is the role of CIR in an Amritayan's life. Over to you, Swamiji.
Om Amriteshwari Namaha. Am I audible?
Yes, Swami.
Welcome each one of you to Amrita University, Amritapuri campus. You have been having induction for the past couple of days. It's a very unique privilege for any student to be studying in Amrita University, and all the more in Amritapuri campus. As you know, Amritapuri is the abode of Amma, the Chancellor of the university, and one of the world's most known spiritual and humanitarian leaders. So in a unique way, you're all blessed. And you would understand the importance of this, the significance only as time rolls by. So I know all of you are coming with a lot of expectations. And for many, it was a dream to join Amrita. And of course, you achieved it by being here today. So what is the significance of this milestone in your life? Okay, you are leaving behind your school education and are moving over to university education. What's the key difference? School education, I think the education largely dependent on your parents. They have to support you, guide you, mentor you, coach you, sometimes even punish you so that you stay on track, stay on course. And because of their commitment to your welfare, your future, you are here today. And the biggest transition is now the responsibility for building your future is on your shoulders. And I'm certain your parents are very relieved. And I guess you're also very relieved. But it also imposes on us a lot of responsibilities. So let us understand what are those responsibilities, okay? Because if you continue to live and behave and function in life the way it used to be before, honestly, it might be a disaster. Because university education imposes tremendous responsibilities on us as students. You have been receiving the orientation from the dean, the principal, the HODs. They'll talk to you. They have definitely, I'm sure they would have done their part. And you also would have probably, some of you would have even figured, well, did they really bargain for this? So all your elders, all your seniors in the university has a responsibility to orient you, guide you, coach you exactly what you should expect. You should have a fairly good idea by now, I guess. Some of your brothers, sisters who studied at Amrita and would have given a fairly good idea. But it's never the same to be told about something and actually to experience it. I wonder whether any one of you have really thought, what is the real difference, okay, being in Amrita or in a neighborhood college? All of you come from different parts of India, and many of you come from outside India too. What's the real difference in terms of education? When you go to Amrita or when you go to a college next door, why did you choose not to go in one of those colleges and might come to Amrita? It's a moment to reflect, to understand, so that when we understand the purpose, when we understand the gravity, when we understand the finer aspects of that selection, then only then we are really coming to terms with the reality. So in Amrita, the key difference is the opportunities and the exposure you get, okay, for a superior education, for a world-class education, for getting an education that will equip you to deal with the challenges of tomorrow, both on a personal front and also on a professional front. Okay, so it's primarily the opportunities. So opportunities are only a possibility for those who take advantage of that. Just because an opportunity is available doesn't mean that it's available to everyone. It's available, but if you don't grab it, you lose opportunity, is it not? So the fundamental understanding of Amrita and university education is university will give n number of possibilities for you to learn, to participate, to grow. But how many of those opportunities are you taking advantage of? Okay, how many of you are willing to participate in those? You will definitely see a lot of students with extraordinary accomplishments at Amrita, where our own students participate in some contests, and you become the number one in the world, not even number two. So there are several such instances where from a remote village in Kerala, students really make their mark on the global map. But what has made it possible for them? Okay, it is not as if the Amrita automatically it's available to anyone who registered with the university. That is not the case, is it not? So what really make it possible is because They set a goal on what they want to achieve, and they worked hard for it. They took advantage of the opportunities available. They did not lose focus. Okay. And because in this world, friends, nothing comes easy. Okay. So what is available is each one of you, you have chosen, you have joined a branch of your choice. Many of you probably must be looking for some changes here, and that's fine. That's not really. But when you come over here, when you move to the campus, you will realize that the university has embedded so many opportunities for you to participate, for you to organize, for you to be part of, to be part of a network and grow, learn, and little by little gain your muscles. Okay, in the world that you're going to be part of, you have to be ready for that. So this is primarily a training ground. Okay, and whoever takes advantage of these things, whoever see the value of the opportunities, participate in them, and little by little develop your muscles, develop your understanding, deepen your understanding. We have seen they are really going far ahead of their peers elsewhere. Okay. So for that, what do you really have to bring to the campus? You have to bring a mind. Your mind has to be ready. Of course, there's a lot of excitement in joining a university, but there's a certain excitement is not only in terms of the freedom. Of course, your parents are not going to look over your shoulders, but that freedom imposes on you a certain responsibility. And that responsibility is to bring a certain element of curiosity in the life that you have. Okay, to be able to understand what is in it for me. It's like you go to a hotel and there are so many things out there, but you can only take so much. You have to exactly know what is it for me that I can take advantage of from the university, and then involve in that curiosity element to learn. That will help you to learn and grow. Okay, for that, your own antennas have to be alert, alive all the time. Okay, because many of the opportunities sometimes you don't get twice. So that alertness to be always on the lookout and then participate. Because when I'm talking all this, I'm not talking about your regular classes. That's a given. Your regular classes, your timetable, your all that is a given. That is anyway the minimum. Okay, that will make you an engineer. But what is going to give you excellence? What is going to make you world class? What is going to really make a difference from those students who may be going to any other campus, any other college, would be your willingness to know what are the things around available, your willingness to participate, and thereby the process of participation itself will strengthen you. So this, if you can remind about this idea that I'm going to Amrita, you're going to be paying a good fees to study in Amrita, is it not? Okay, you can probably spend a much less fees and probably go to any other college and get education, get a degree there. But in Amrita, there's so much more available. But if you don't take advantage of that, okay, the 4 years will pass by and you will definitely be just like another ordinary graduate. We don't want that to happen. So don't never forget this one idea. Okay, that value for money is for you to be aware of why you are at Amrita, take advantage of that, and thereby grow in life. Otherwise, time, as you know, will just pass by. Your parents cannot track your progress beyond a point. They have good intentions, they have all the blessings, they're very, they'll give you all the emotional support. But the responsibility for your future, you have to take control of that. You have to take the responsibility for that. Okay, for that, you have to be aware of your goals. Okay, why you are here, and then focus on achieving those goals. Without, imagine you come here only for your degree. Then as long as you attend your regular classes morning to evening, you do all the assignments, all the project, whatever your teachers tell you, that is fine. You will definitely get a good degree based on that. But the possibilities that Amrita can give you would never have explored. Okay, there are two dimensions, friends. One is about your professional, growth. Another is also you have to grow as a human being. Okay, when I say growth as a human being, all that I'm talking about is, that is why in Amrita you have seen Amrita mission statement. Okay, you have to grow as a human being, as an individual, with values, with ethics, with the concept of dharma, what is good and bad. In today's world, most people go into after education, they move into their world of responsibilities without an understanding of what is right and wrong, what is good and bad for me. And hence they end up making big mistakes. Okay, and sometimes the mistakes can be very costly also. So in Amrita, we give an education which will help you to recognize, okay, what is right and wrong in life. What am I supposed to do? What I'm not supposed to do? Okay, because you have the freedom to do both. And when we do something knowingly or unknowingly, when you end up doing something which I'm not supposed to do, I pay a price for it. And if sometimes life stops, is it not? So that clarity about what is my life about, because human birth is a rare gift, okay, very rare gift of God. But if I don't utilize it very carefully, what happens is it can get into a lot of difficulties. So the education which will help you to make decisions, help you to understand the value and importance of your life, help you to connect with your people in life, relatives, friends, and strengthen those relations, invest in those relations so that you can live a meaningful life, a purposeful life, a life where, because otherwise what happens, we achieve a lot of professional heights, but a personal life sometimes become a disaster because we are not cared enough, to understand the importance of caring for something which is really, really important in life. Sometimes even these relations are more important than professional pursuits itself. You will recognize it along the, but for us to manage both on a very professional life, at the same time have a very successful personal life also, where you earn respect, you give respect, you respect your teachers, your regards and love for your people who are near and dear ones to your in your life. These are the values Amrita emphasizes. Okay, of course we can only tell, we can only guide, but it's for you to implement it, practice it, and then derive the benefits of those practices, is it not? That's why Amrita, we always use the value-based education, because in the olden times, values was integrated into education. Of late, there's a bifurcation between values. Okay, that is on a personal note. Now let's come to, that's not the idea. Unfortunately, that bifurcation has happened. Amrita is integrating the two, where if you don't infuse your knowledge with good values, we will be like Ravana. Ravana was highly learned, but he did harm to society. Okay, so we don't want engineers and doctors coming out of Amrita, probably which is not aiding, helping society. So we have to always remember this truth, that whatever knowledge I have, that knowledge is for the benefit of the society, for the nation, and for the larger universe itself. That fundamental guiding principle has to be embedded deeply into your psyche, into your personality. Okay, so that is very, very important, because even companies, when they recruit, they definitely give a lot of value for your professional skills, but equally important, they look at you as a person. Will you be a person who can contribute to the company, who will be willing to work with your colleagues, okay, who has can build a good relationship with the organization. So other values are equally important along with the professional skills. And many people who have not invested in their own personal growth they found it quite challenging. They're not able to manage the stress of the workplace because of ignoring the fundamental aspect of our personal growth. So what I'm trying to tell you, friends, your investment in education in the university is not just within your class, but equally outside. I would say 50-50. 50% you will study in your class, your subjects, everything, but equally important in your playground, in your hostel, in all the things that you're going to participate. If you only look at, okay, let my personal time, let me be devote for myself. What do you mean by myself? Myself means my social media, my people on the, on my, all my Facebook. So we tend to give a lot of, unfortunately, we give a lot of time for something which honestly sometimes may not be productive. And that can drain a lot of our time from what our time has to be invested for actually. Okay, this can include video games. We have seen this again and again. Sometimes students even lose track, and they probably misuse their time in an inappropriate way. So I'm just cautioning you. These are things which are real, which we face on a regular basis. Okay, so just be aware just be aware that, when the responsibility is on yourself to manage your life, you have to be very mindful of these challenges and navigate it. So even when you make friendships, when you meet people, what is it that I'm going to take away from this? Or how am I going to add value to it? If it's not going to add value, honestly, it may be really helpful for you to keep a distance. Okay, but it can be with friends, anything, any investment of a time, any investment in people, okay, in events. Just look at it, how you can overall the purpose for which you are in Amrita, whether it's fulfilling that or it's taking you away from that. If you can have a guideline like this, your life at Amrita would be really joyous, a celebration. Okay, even when you work hard, when you work on your projects, on your stuff, you love it because every moment you're growing, and that growth is what life is all about. Hmm? So when I talk of investment of your time, I'm talking about projects, clubs, associations, assignments, internships. Even after first year, we give opportunities for you students to do internship within the campus, or sometimes even if you want to go outside after. So every vacation, every evening hours, every weekends is an opportunity for you to learn and to grow. If you look at your life, campus life in that manner, okay, while at the same time having a lot of fun, a lot of entertainment, at the same time, be mindful of your purpose. Whoever loses sight of the purpose, we have seen they have trailed behind the others. Okay, so from the CAR, that is corporate and industrial relations, that I represent, my team represents, we are very eager to see how our students are building their profile. What is profile? We want our students to have a sense of progression semester after semester. Okay, we would like you to see you grow. And how is that reflected? That growth is reflected in a resume that you're going to build semester after semester. Okay, imagine you keep a diary and you keep on writing whatever you do. After a year or two, you see, oh, I've done so much. So that sense of accomplishment over a period of time will be recorded or registered in something called a resume. So in 4 years, by the time in three years, when you're ready for your placements and look back, you have to be able to record in your resume good things that you achieved, you accomplished, and you're proud to have it on your profile, on your resume. And that resume is what is going to fetch you wonderful results in terms of the future opportunities after your graduation. So we will always remind you as a department that, okay, your college life is great, but what is there beyond? I mean, what am I really trying to say? When you were in 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th, what are you focused on? You were focused on your education, but for what? So that you could have a great education after you completing your 12th. That's why you're in engineering, you're in Amrita today. Because you invested your time in when you were in school, imagine you did not bother about it. Okay, let me complete my 12th first, and after that I'll see what to do. You would probably be still looking for probably an admission in South, even in a local college, you would have found it difficult. Because you had a goal about what you wanted to do after your 12th, you prepared for your entrance, you prepared well, and then you managed to secure admission. That is why your 4 years is now secured. Similarly, these 4 years in Amrita, always you should have an eye beyond the 4 years. What am I going to do after my 12th? After my graduation, and keep working at it. Okay, keep working at it. So that focus on what lies ahead will actually help you to stand apart from the other people. Okay, so please always have an eye beyond the 4 years of education. So whether it be higher studies, whether it be an employment, whether it be corporate world, doesn't matter. So you have to. So for that, you have to be familiar with various career opportunities available for you after your graduation, and then invest your time in the right things while in the campus. If you do this very diligently, friends, you can achieve all your career goals. Okay, and CAR will help you to achieve this by giving you all the necessary training required for you to achieve your career goals. Okay, so apart from the regular subject study, whether it be whichever branch you're pursuing, every student will get additional support from CAR by way of courses, by way of projects, by way of those things my colleagues will tell you shortly. So I just give you an overview of what is the relevance of CAR in the campus. We give you training for GATE, for MBA coaching in case you want to go for MBA after that, GRE, And even last year we started giving courses in civil service coaching. All the first year students, we're giving them an opportunity in case you plan to write UPSC civil service exam after your graduation. You can enroll for a foundation course, okay, in the first year. And in the second year and third year, you can actually go through the full-fledged coaching. And in the final year, you get to practice your test. So by the time you complete your degree, your graduation, you're ready to write the UPSC exam. You don't need to spend another 2 or 3 years preparing, because we have schedule where along with the regular studies in the university, you can also simultaneously, probably I don't think there's any other university in India where the same university system is giving you both your professional education as well as the coaching for civil service exam. Okay, so you can definitely, if you are passionate about joining the government of India in very senior positions, you're welcome to enroll for the foundation program in the first year, and then from the second year, actually your civil service coaching. Okay, and many parents are very excited that their children will get this opportunity. Please to take advantage if you are passionate about it. So let me hand over this session to my colleagues, Mr. Anu Manapuram and Ms. Darshana. They will give you the placement, the specifics about the placement opportunities, and also what CAR will give you by way of training. Okay, so this is what I would like to welcome again to Amrita. Wish you all the best. Request each one of you again once more to make the best use of the opportunities available in Amrita and succeed in life. Best wishes and prayers for your success. Praying to Amma for Amma's blessings, so each one of you fulfill both your professional and personal ambition in life. Om Amritapuri Namah.
Thank you, Swamiji. Thank you, Swamiji, for that wonderful speech on the overall idea behind education, and also for giving us a glimpse of CIR. Now I welcome Manager Corporate and Industrial Relations, Mr. Anu K. Manapuram, to give us an idea about what is the placement process at Amrita and which are the companies that is visiting us. I know all the students must be really eager to see what are the opportunities available for them. So over to you, Anu, sir.
Namaskar. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes, thank you. So good morning all. So first of all, hearty congrats and welcome to Amrita family. So my name is Anu K. Manapuram. I am working as a corporate relations manager in CAR. So corporate relations is one vertical in CAR. We have a dedicated team of people who work continuously, collaborate with companies, completely contacting the companies. So placements and internship is one of such corporate relations activities. So we have a dedicated placement team in Amritapuri campus to support you in this placements during the placement process. Okay, so start with I'll just show you some of the statistics highlights of our placements. So we have 250 plus companies recruit from Amrita every year. So and that 50 plus companies offering CTC more than 10 lakhs. And the students will have opportunity to attend, even get multiple offers. Like when the dream offers comes, definitely they will get additional chance to get dream companies, dream options. And the average CTC for B.Tech is last year it was for 5.5 lakhs, and average CTC for M.Tech was 6.1 lakh. So you can see some of in the picture that the various CTCs that offering by various companies, like it starts from 3 to 3.5 lakhs to 5 lakhs, and then 10 lakhs above companies, 20 lakhs above companies, and 50 lakhs companies. So you'll be getting that kind of opportunities when you are going for placements. So definitely we can expect a better placement during that period, because we are improving our placements every year. So okay. So what we are doing is we are striving for quality placements. It's not just numbers. Every year we are improving our placements, the quality in terms of brands of companies, in terms of the CTC they're offering, in terms of average CTC. So you can say it's not only just IT companies do comes. We do have tie-up with a lot of almost all top-notch core companies too. And you can see the CTC for B.Tech and M.Tech, which increases every year by year. And apart from this IT companies, we do have companies from almost all core sectors like automobile, infrastructure, manufacturing, medical, semiconductor, renewable energy. So name any sector. So almost we have since our students are getting placed in almost all sectors. Now, just going through, I already mentioned the various companies visiting, just showing you some of the logos, but in branches, of course, here we have students from computer science, electrical, electronics, mechanical, and artificial intelligence. So we have students from various branches. So these are some of the companies which opportunities are for various branchways. So the few of, I just mentioned few of them. And it's not this list, then definitely we have other companies too. So for electrical, we have Titan, LG, Hyundai Motors, Robert Bosch, Valeo, Gemes, etc., etc. So next slide, please. So regarding this computer science, of course, this Google, Microsoft, Atlassian, DirectX. So we have a lot of companies even in computer science, because as you know, the IT side, a lot of companies are, a lot of opportunities are there. So not only in terms of numbers, also in terms of cities also. There are most of these companies are offering more than 10 lakhs rupees. So computer science, again, additional few more additions like TCS, Wipro, Soho, etc., etc. So again, these are the other computer science companies. Again, next slide. So coming to electronics and communication, definitely we have National Instruments, Nokia, Soliton, Continental, Ariston Network, Tata Elxsi. So many even this electronics and students who are taking electronics and communication, definitely there are core companies available for you. And also apart from this, you will be getting majority of this computer science related companies also considering the circuit branches too. So electrical and electronic students will be getting that opportunities too, apart from these core companies. And of course, mechanical, we do have companies like GE, Reliance, Renault, Nissan, Toyota, Cummins, Dassault System. So engineer in this automobile, manufacturing. So all these domains companies do visit Amrita. We have in all the companies with even high package too. These companies do visit for mechanical departments too. And also, as I mentioned earlier, there are some of these service companies, analytical companies, which consider mechanical department. So the students who are planning to shift their career to that is option is also available. So that's about placements. But again, another support we are giving is in terms of internship. There are two types of internship that we do offer. So one is summer internship. That is immediately after your S6, 2 months you are available for summer internship. So the companies do give summer internship opportunity with stipend. So of course, every summer and winter students do internship in various companies. That may be the 2 months means some kind of training to understand about the industry and all. So this summer internship, which we have mentioned here after your S6, it's a little different from that. Here it is companies completely giving the on-job kind of training. So this internship will be mostly a stipend-based internship, and also after this internship, you will get a chance to get PPO. PPO means replacement opportunities. After this internship, company do convert based on your performance. Companies do convert the offer also. So there are students who go for internship even after their first year, second year, and all. So that is different from this summer internship, which we offer after your S6. And the other type of internship is final semester internship. So our curriculum we have designed in a way that the students are available can go to the industry. Now, of course, it's virtual, but otherwise, if it comes normal, students can go to the company and work there for 6 months during your final semester. So 6-month internship with stipend. So company, and also there are companies give full-time opportunity plus internship. where you can start the internship in the final semester and continue your full-time offer after completion of the internship. So that is full-time internship plus full-time offer. There are some companies give you internship opportunity, and based on your internship performance, they do convert after completion of your internship. So these are the two types of internships opportunities you're going to get. So now these are the opportunities, placements and internship opportunities are there. But there is a company will also have some expectation, industry will have some expectation from the students. So company expectation, it's not only from your academic scores. So they will have they will expect some of the additional skills from your side. So like aptitude, which includes verbal, quant, logical reasoning and all. Then technical skills, your basic technical skills, their technical question assessment will be there. And the programming skills, your coding skills and problem solving skills. And the group discussion, your communication skill, interpersonal skills and all. Then interview skills, your personality, your attitude, your all those things. So these are the basic skills. Not only this, there are other, some companies do have some other psychometric assessment also. So, but definitely 90% of the companies do have this assessment. So these are the skills that companies are expecting from the students. So our learning, we have our learning and development team who helps you to enhance your skills in these areas. So ma'am, Dashna ma'am will give you a brief idea about how we are going to help you in that. Definitely once you are in the system, when you with CR, when we start engaging, you will get to know about the opportunities and also about this learning and development opportunities more. So by the time, anyway, now once again, welcome you all to Amrita family and all the best for your better career. Thank you. Ma'am, please.
Thank you, Anis sir, for taking us through the whole placement process. Looks like there are a lot of opportunities available for the students. Thank you so much. So now let me take you through what we do at the Learning and Development wing of CIR. So I'll just take you through some snippets of, some data that will make you understand why the role of placements and training is important. So there are about totally 3,500 plus engineering colleges in the country, according to the AICT report, out of which there are about 37 plus or 37.27 lakhs engineering students. And among all this, only about 6 lakhs of them graduating out of these engineering colleges get campus placements. Only 6 lakh students. Imagine, what about the rest of them? And there's a survey that was conducted by the government of India. It's called the Employability Survey. And according to that survey, 80% of the graduates do not possess the right skills for employment. 80% of them. So it's not just enough that you get into into an engineering course, but out of that 4 years, even after that 4 years, you don't have the required skill set to get employed. So that means there is a huge problem, right? But what Anusa was showing us, he was showing a lot of companies coming into the campus and recruiting. So our placements has been consistent throughout. We've been successfully able to place 96% and above throughout the years. So how do we make it happen? There are several factors. One of the reasons that the employability survey was pointing out for all the engineering colleges is to incorporate certain issues or certain aspects into the education. One is to have internship opportunities available, have a lot of industry interaction, provide career guidance for the students, and conduct continuous employability assessments. Internships and industry interactions are very well taken care of by the placement team. Anusa was taking you through all that. So that is something that we provide at CIR. And the learning and development team takes care of the career counseling, the employability surveys, assessments, and plus, we are not just giving you assessments, we will also give you a lot of training. So what are those trainings that we provide at Amrita? These are some of the highlights of our training program. We are a team of 25 plus, and we deliver about 350 plus training hours per student. So when you are at Amrita, you will be going through 350 plus training hours from our side in order to get you equipped for a career of your choice. We have four verticals, in fact: soft skills, quantitative aptitude, verbal aptitude, and technical skills. The soft skill team would actually work with you to work on your personality. We work with you to help your communication skills, get rid of the stage fear. We help you with GDs, resumes, interview skills. So that is what our role is. We also give you career guidance. So it's not just enough that we have got into an engineering program. Now there's also a big question. What do I do? There are a lot of career options available. So these 4 years, I need to strategize properly so that at the end of the 4 years, I get that desired career, whichever may be. So we give you an awareness into the various career options that are available. And also we give you guidance for the same. So that's the responsibility of the soft skill team. Then we have the quantitative and the verbal aptitude team who will equip you in order to clear all these placement-oriented tests. Every other company has a test, and this will be testing your quantitative and verbal aptitude skills. So we have a team which will work with you to get you equipped in those areas. Plus, this will also help you to crack other competitive exams. They're like CAT, MAT, GRE, and all that. We also have a technical skills team, which will help you with the problem-solving skill sets. Every other organization is looking for problem-solving skills as well as coding ability, basic coding, be it a mechanical engineer or an electrical engineer. You are required to have basic programming and problem-solving skills. So this is the responsibility of the technical team to get you equipped in those areas. In addition to this, just like Swamiji was saying, we give you additional training for all these competitive examinations like CAT, MAT, GRE, GATE, and also civil service. So apart from all these programs that I was mentioning, we also have certain flagship programs which I would like to introduce to you. The first one is called the Road to Excellence program. This is actually an internship program which all of you, whoever is interested, will be taking at the end of your first year. First year break, the vacation time is when you enroll into this. So this is a 2 to 4 week on-campus internship during the vacation. There are several students who stay back during the vacation and go through this internship, wherein they work along with company, people from the industry and also subject experts, and physically and practically gain knowledge, not just theoretical knowledge, but practical knowledge. And also one of the major objectives that is met here is self-learning and an interest in research-oriented projects. So what we have seen over the years is those students who've been very active in Road to Excellence internship, we have seen them, doing wonderful later on in their life. They have reached heights. That is something that we can vouch for. All these people have gone through Road to Excellence internship program during the first year and the second year. We have seen that. It's not just only about technical skills. We also have workshops to improve your personality. So that is also inbuilt into it. Some of the areas that we work on during this training are, almost all the major technical areas like Android development, artificial intelligence, data science, and all that. Now, let me also take you to the next most important session that we have for you, that is called the Code Hour. This is actually organized by our technical team. The aim of Code Hour session is to master the art of problem solving, is to master the problem solving skills or coding skills. So they take you through an intense program which equips all students, be it a mechanical engineer or a computer science student, with basic programming skills as well as problem solving skills. Then this is student social responsibility projects is one of our major highlights of CIR. This is a program that has been, which our students actually look forward to working in. So what happens is when you are in your second year, you get exposed to student social responsibility projects, wherein student teams will work on socially relevant problems and come up with solutions for the same. They go into the villages and work there and try to bring out solutions for the same. Through this, Our students get exposed to leadership opportunities, team building, problem solving, presentation skills, and communication skills. So these are some of the major areas that they work on. One is health awareness, then general awareness like cleanliness, substance abuse, fire and safety, women empowerment, self-defense, and a skill development program for school children, medical camps, cleanup drives, blood donation camps, organ donation camps. A lot of skill building and community development programs are conducted by our own students. So they themselves identify the problems and they try to fix those problems at the level that is possible to them. One thing that we normally notice is the students, even though they take it up as a project during this their course, afterwards also we have seen many of them revisiting these projects and continuing the effort throughout, even after they have graduated from the college. That is the impact of SSR projects on our students. This is one opportunity all of you would be getting when you are when you come to your second year. When you're going through all these programs, this is one specialty of this program is it is an credit program. It's not just a workshop. That is the specialty of this program. It's a credit program. And when you're going through it, probably you may not realize the importance of why you're going through it. But then come placements and come, when you start working in the industry, that is when you realize, wow, because of all these sessions, I am able to perform better. So there are most of alumni say the same thing, almost everybody. When they start working, they call back us and say, because of this program, these programs, it has made me much stronger. So let's listen to one such testimonial. Because of short of time, we'll just have one testimonial to go. There you go. Let me know if it is
Hi
audible.
everyone, I'm Sandesh. I'm an alumni of Amrita University. I did my bachelor's in computer science from 2016 to 2020 at Amritapuri. So that's the Kerala campus, and I had a lot of fun time at Amrita. And I'm here to briefly speak about my experiences with the CI department and how it has helped me and several other students. So the CI department helps in all aspects regarding placements. They start early on in the second year itself by giving us quantitative and verbal training. This helps clear the first round of the interviews of many companies. Later, students are also helped to lose their stage fear by the department conducts several fun activities so the students lose their stage fear. Events such as several classroom assignments were given. We were asked to make video resumes. Group discussions were conducted. So this is when I realized it's not so easy speaking in front of a camera or in front of a group of people. And the department helped me lose that fear slowly. And then the department is also responsible, is also helpful in students gaining programming skills. Many core companies of computer science require a solid programming background. So that from the third year itself, the department helps in developing programming skills as well. There was a special class in which, once in a week, where we used to go and then we used to solve programming assignments. So, and then faculty were there to help us out when we were not able to solve those assignments, and then so on. The department gets a lot of companies to Amrita so that students can be placed successfully. And if that wasn't the case, I'm sure I wouldn't be placed. So I'm really grateful for all the help that the department has been doing to students before the placements, during the placements, and even after the placements. So that's all, I guess. Thank you and have a great time.
Well, that was Srikanth, and he's currently working with the Amazon in the United States. This is something that most of our students tell us after they start working in the organization. So that's a brief intro into what CIR does. We will get to know each other much more when we start working together, and we are actually looking forward to seeing you all and interacting. We have some more sessions scheduled for you during this induction, so we will get to know each other better during those sessions. If my colleagues Anu sir and Swamiji, if you want to add anything more, you could add now, or else we could come to an end to this session. Would you want to add anything more?
No, ma'am.
How about you, Swami? Okay, I guess with that, we'll come to an end to this session. Praying to Amma that may all your career dreams come true, and we will be there. That is one assurance that we can give from Sierra. We will be there to help you dream as well as achieve those career goals of yours. May Amma's grace shower on all of you. Have a wonderful day. Namaskar.
Thank you so much, ma'am and sir, for your wonderful comprehension. I'm sure the students would have understood that the CIR not only works in the aspect of placements, but also stresses on molding an individual ethically. Now, I cordially invite Dr. Balakrishnan Shankar, Dean, Amrita School of Engineering, also the Associate Dean of Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham, Amritapuri campus, to give an overview of the Amrita University.
உன் பேர் மறந்து ரெண்டு பேர் மறந்து நிதிஷ் ஸ்டார்ட் செய்யணும் ஆடியோ ஆன் You start. Nidish, you ready? Shall we start? Namaskar, everybody. I hope I am audible and visible to all of you. I just wanted to give you a brief overview. The other day before yesterday, when I was trying to tell you, I got interrupted due to network issues. But I just want to give you a very quick overview of something that I did not touch upon on the technical side, which is our tag groups, our centers of excellence, and a few campus highlights that you would need to know. Once again, you will hear a lot from me over the next 4 years. I am your dean. My name is Bala. People call me Bala, sir. My personal background is, I'm the chairman of the mechanical department. My personal background is research in material science. In fact, actually, my own experience has been, I've been working with researchers across disciplines. So when I was doing my PhD in material science, what? It's not on? Okay. So when I was doing my PhD in material science, actually, personally, I want to give you an example. My own advisors, right? My PhD guide was Dr. Steinfeld, who was a crystallography, solid state chemistry expert working in chemical engineering department. And my other co-guide was Dr. John B. Goodenough. He's a man behind lithium-ion batteries. He got the Nobel Prize last year. He was a physics person working in the material science department. So you see, right there, the idea of cross-disciplinary research is what struck me. And it's not that, you know, there is only one particular discipline you're stuck to, and you have to bring so many disciplines together to solve a particular problem. So that is what Amrita is really, really good at. And I just wanted to start you on that and show you something about tag groups and what we do. So give you a slightly better idea. So let me share my screen with you, and I'll show you a brief overview. Can you see my screen? Nidish, come here. Can you see my screen? Yeah. So, so let me start a little bit about these are the campus highlights. I'll talk to you the Amritapuri campus. This, of course, is 1 second. Video panel. Yeah. So this is, of course, our Chancellor Amma, who's our guiding light. And so she's talking about sustainable development here and about the need to, you know, forge our heads and hands together to serve society and to bring up solutions for the world's problems. And the next slide. So we have, as I told you, we have a very clear vision and mission. Our mission has three main principles: education for life, compassion-driven research, and global impact. I already talked to you about that. Already talked to you about how most of the research that we do here, 95% of the research we do here is towards society-driven, social problems. We want to solve people's problems. So Amma's message of compassion, she, as you know, is a world-renowned humanitarian, spiritual leader. She is known all over the world for her exemplary compassion. We already talked about that a little bit yesterday. And so that is very important in our to Amrita. And education for life, what it means is we need to have the right values that go together with our education, that goes about so that we can use our head and heart together to create a global impact. The global impact automatically comes when we work on solutions for the world. The global impact will automatically come. So the one second, Nidesh, the global impact will automatically come. So when we have, for example, I told you the in the THE rankings, we have in the global rankings, we are number 82 in the whole world. In just 18 years, we are ranked 82 in the world in terms of global impact and in terms of social footprint. So that shows the rate of growth at Amrita. We have incredible growth rate, and we are, as you know, NIRF number 5 in the country. An incredible growth rate for this university. We have, this is the Times Impact rankings that I show here, and also the institution of eminence. We recently been selected by the government as one of the institutes of eminence in this country. So this is what we have at Amritapuri campus. We have the School of Engineering, we have a School of Arts and Science. Look at the right-hand side of the screen. We have the Department of Management, School of Biotechnology, School of Ayurveda, and several centers of excellence. The centers of excellence are something very interesting that you would need to know. Every good university, okay, has departments and centers of excellence which work together to create solutions, to create new technology, to create innovation. So that's very important. An engineering university should have, a great university should have an atmosphere of innovation. You must understand that. And where you train people to think out of the box and to come up with disruptive technology that changes society. Okay, so that's very important. So that for that you need to meet people from different disciplines. So we have these centers of excellence. Okay, the centers of excellence we have here is Amrita Center for Wireless Networks. Then we have the Ammachi Labs, which is actually stands for Amrita Multimodal Computer Human Interaction Labs. We have the Center for Women's Empowerment that is spawned by the Ammachi Labs, and Amrita Create, which is a Center for Educational Technologies, and Center for Cybersecurity Systems and Networks. These are some of our campus highlights. We have 11 UG programs, like B.Tech Electronics, B.Tech ELC, EIC, AI, Computer Science, Mechanical Engineering, all those UG programs. Several PG programs: M.Tech in Thermal and Fluid, M.Tech in Robotics, M.Tech in Cybersecurity, M.Tech in Wireless Networks, M.Tech in Geoinformatics, etc. M.Tech in Power and Energy, M.Tech in Computer Science, and PhD programs. We have 76 active international MOUs. The whole university has much more than that. We have 76 MOUs here, 59.1 crores of funding. So what does that mean? It's several of these funded projects to do research. They're funded by the government, and also Amrita itself also funds. We have more than 296 research scholars, 57 research projects that are going on, 278 collaborations across the world. Okay, several patents, more than 2,000 papers over the last 4 years. I'm talking at the date. This is the data over the last 4 years. And Amrita itself has given a seed funding. If you look down at the lowest square, you get 9.7 crores of Amrita seed funding. What does that mean? It means we ourselves are giving our faculty this much money to start new labs, start new projects, etc. Total faculty, we have UG, number of students is about 4,000, and PG students is 847. Total around 5,000 students in this campus across the different schools. So I was talking to you about the centers of wireless networks and applications. And this is a very interesting center that I wanted to talk to you about. It's a World Center of Excellence on Landslide Disaster Reduction. This is what they do is there are students and there are faculty from all these areas working together here in the center. So wireless network students, physics, geology, data science, electrical engineering, computer science, etc., mechanical students. They're looking at IoT for extreme environments, wearable medical systems, smart cities, immersive learning. And this is a center I talked to you about yesterday. On the top, you have this photo of this landslide prone area in Munnar, Kerala. I don't know if it's very visible to you on the screen, but that's the place where I talked to you about yesterday, about how Amma asked them to go and deploy an actual system to save lives. So when the first funding came from WINSOC, from the European Commission, then the Vice Chancellor uh, and the director of this labs went to Amma and said, we got this funding and we want to start a center. And Amma asked, what are you going to do with your center? They said, oh, we will have students and they will publish, they'll get degrees and we'll publish papers. Amma said, in that case, please give the money back. This was the first funding we received and they were very shocked. You must understand that funding is a big thing. Government funding or international funding is a very big thing. You don't just give the money back. Someone said, no, you give the money back. You have an opportunity to save lives. If you can do that, accept the money. If you can't do that, give it back. That's why I told you, when you work for a saint, accountability is very high. So what happens is that because of that, so they identified a landslide prone area in Munnar, in Kerala, and we have sensors there buried deep under the soil. So I told you, this is the, I don't know, this is the photo there on the top. It gives you a schematic of, we have several meters down the soil. We have various sensors. We study various parameters and wirelessly it transmits the data here. We actually are able to predict landslides. We've saved lives. We've evacuated the village twice, etc., etc. One interesting thing I want to tell you is in this village, kids wouldn't go to school. Why wouldn't they go to school? Because when the monsoon comes, every year they used to have landslides. They don't know if they have a home to return to. So basically, houses on the hills, they'll all be washed out by the landslides. So they wouldn't go to school. So the kids don't have a home to return to, so they live on daily wages. But now, because the Amrita warning system is there, they trust our system and they stay in their homes. Because they stay in their homes, the kids are able to go to school. So what happens is the entire socio-economic profile of that region changes. And that is what I mean when I say social footprint. So when you take one step, one solution solves so many other problems. And that is a very important holistic thinking that an engineer needs to have. So you need to know not only your system, you need to know how it affects other things. So this holistic thinking, the thinking for the whole system together, that is very important for a global engineer, which is the engineer of tomorrow. I keep saying that again. I cannot repeat this enough number of times. You have to understand that the future of tomorrow is not stuck into mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, electronic engineering, computer science in independent silos. It's not like that. It's all interconnected. You have to get multiple skill sets, and we are here to help you do that. It's very important. So then this system became so popular. The government of India wanted us to deploy it in the Himalayas, and that's what we are doing now. I told you in the Indo-China-Nepal border in Sikkim, that's what's happening. Similarly, the center went on to do wearable medical systems. This is called Amritapuri. It is a device here. You see a man wearing some devices. There are sensors on his body. It takes ECG and other signals. It wirelessly transmits it to the doctor. So imagine you're a farmer. There's a farmer working in the field. He gets a heart attack or something like that. He doesn't know. See, in India, one problem is in remote areas, they don't have medical access. But this will send wireless signals to the doctor, right? Through a simple phone. And what happens is that immediately it can be alerted. So this is especially important in terms of disaster reconnaissance, in terms of, in the COVID times, for example, somebody is somewhere having an emergency. So if you have, or an elderly person living alone in a room, there's nobody to take care. These kinds of wearable medical systems will be great help. Now, can I just tell you what the amount of engineering that goes behind each of this? So to develop a sensor, you need to have chemistry. You need to have material science. To make that into sending an electromagnetic wave, you need to have telecommunications. You need electronics. You need RF. Sometimes you need RF. You need an antenna device there to pick up the signal on the other side. You have to have similar protocols. So many disciplines coming together. You see, so this is what I mean when I say different systems come together. Similarly, we have smart city infrastructure, a smart grid that tracks, the load, the payload, what time the maximum, for example, in electricity, between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. or 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. is the maximum payload in a city. Between 10 p.m. and 12 p.m., maybe it's reducing, things like that. So which grids will need more power, which grids will need less power, etc. to have a smart city infrastructure. You also have smart buildings nowadays. Buildings that have solar panels on their windows and orient themselves actually to face the sun, so that they can be self-sustainable and they don't have to be on the grid. There are already buildings like that. Smart buildings are coming up. Then you have, and then finally, a very interesting application of the wireless networks is immersive learning. So can I connect classrooms across the world and have what is called as smart classrooms, knowledge classrooms? So basically, I'll be sitting here, you're sitting somewhere else, somebody else is sitting maybe in Bombay, somebody is sitting in US, and I'm teaching a course. And I want to make everybody feel that they are sitting in the same classroom. So that's called immersive learning. And in the future, in this pandemic times and all, that is very important. So these are some of the interesting. So the work done in the center, they became a world center of excellence in landslide research. So, I mean, these are several of the highlights there. Oh, there's one very, very interesting project I forgot to mention. Here you have Amma and you have Sri Prakash Javadekar launching this. This is OceanNet. The same wireless technology was used to connect fishermen in the sea. So what happened is there are several fishermen right here. We are in a fishing village, right? We are on the coast of Kerala. And there are several fishermen who go out into the sea and for weeks at a time. Previously, there was no way to communicate to them. Their cell phone range will be just 3 or 4 kilometers into the ocean. After that, the families don't know if they are safe. We don't know if they're coming back safely. We don't know. And they are not able to communicate home. So 11 fishermen were lost in the sea a few years ago. That time, Rama's inspiration, the wireless center came up with a solution to wirelessly connect fishermen in the sea. So now they worked on that technology. Now the connectivity is up to 60 kilometers in 60 miles into the ocean. So now people are connected very much from there. It's an ocean. It also has profound defense applications. So these are some of the highlights. The Prime Minister lauded our landslide warning system at the National Science Congress. And in the Kerala floods, they came up with a Kripa app that connected several thousands of people, etc., etc. These are the highlights of the wireless center of excellence. Now, these are the centers of excellence on the campus where you can do projects. You can go there, talk to the people. You can, talk to the researchers there, depending on your interest. So while you're doing your curriculum, that's what I'm trying to tell you. At the same time, you are also interested in doing projects. You can select these areas and you can go and talk to them. You can come and talk to us and say, this is our interest and we'll help you do projects, etc. there. So this is the next center of excellence I want to talk to you about. This is the Amrita multimodal computer-human interaction labs. So this is a very interesting thing. Down is what is down here. Let me just switch this off. So down here is, you see this lady working on what is called a haptic device. She is cutting a pipe. Okay, this is a haptic device. This device gives her what is known as force feedback. So when you're cutting the pipe, and on the computer here, you simulate the cutting operation. You change the material on the computer, you just say it's no longer GI, it is steel. Immediately, the feedback she gets is different. So using the same haptic device, I can train a person, for example, in machining and cutting different kinds of pipes, in different machining operations. This is called a haptics. Haptics is force feedback, robotics with force feedback. It's high-end technology. Usually you have haptic surgery. In our AIMS hospital, we have robotic surgery. Robots do surgery. Yeah, there is it's a famous robot called a Da Vinci robot. You have 6 hands in the robot, they do the surgery. And the surgeon, of course, you have to be an expert surgeon. You'll be controlling the robot. The advantage with that is it'll completely cancel out even small shaking or things of our hands. Nothing, all those things will not be there. The robot will go with 100% precision into exactly where it has to go and do the surgery. Now, same technology used here in different applications. And we've trained several thousands of women. The center has trained several thousands of women in different vocational skills like plumbing, carpentry, etc., in our women empowerment project. That's what I told you yesterday. And there are several other things they do. They're looking at wearable assistive devices. They did an analysis of the exoskeleton of a human body. And this is for tea workers in Assam and Manipur. So Manipur, they have huge bags of tea. You may have seen this. And they're working, getting in the tea plantations. And very often, after a few years of work, their bones wear away, their spines are affected, their back is affected. So we came up with a wearable assistive device, prosthetic devices. This needs engineering, this needs design, this needs a study of the exoskeleton, the stresses and strains on the human body, etc. Down we have developing a few drones for disaster management. Supposing you have a flood hit area, humans are not able to go. So you don't know who is trapped there. You send drones that send images. You send drones that can drop medicine packets, that can drop, drop emergency supplies, food supplies, etc. In the recent Kerala floods, one problem was because of the vast tree landscape of Kerala, helicopters couldn't descend. There's so many trees everywhere. So helicopters could not descend for people trapped underneath. So, but now, if you're able to send drones that can navigate their way just above the Earth's surface, then they can go, and using drones, you can drop medicines, you can relay photographs back, and you can drop food supplies and things like that. So once again, disaster mitigation. The same haptic technology they used to train many villages in North India for building toilets across the country. It's very important for sanitation. Several villages, they don't have toilets in India properly. So now with that, we have done tremendous service to society. So you have sanitation work, and the same women who are trained by this to build toilets, now they know how to build their own kitchens, their own houses. So they're becoming more self-reliant. Things like this are wonderful. So several technologies come into Amachi Labs. It's a great center. And the United Nations is so proud of this, as you saw yesterday, is taking this technology and using haptic technology to train refugees from Syria in Egypt. And it also is working with the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana PM KY special projects for skill training. So thousands of people across India are being trained in different skills. And plumbers, you have different courses offered in the vocational skills. But behind this is a lot of engineering. And that the work done also resulted in the UNESCO in India's first only chair, actually, the first chair in the Center for Women's Empowerment and Gender Equality, the UNESCO chair in Center for Women's Empowerment and Gender Equality, which they started this year. The Amachi Lab started the center here, where again, as a result of this, several thousands of women have been trained in different skills across the country, becoming self-empowered, becoming self-sustaining, communities, etc. It's a great social impact. So another center we have here is a Center for Research and Analytics and Education Technologies for Education. It's called CREATE. And so you see here, faculty from computer science, they're looking at small tablets that give self-paced lessons to children. So children from kindergarten to 12th standard, they're given different simulation, different self-paced lessons. They can use this, and it also does pedagogical innovation. They also came up with a med-sim solution, medical simulation, that online gives training for nurses to simulate, the human body and train them in different courses. So this is a lot of many people have been benefited from it. More than 54,000 teachers have been trained in these things across India. These tablets are used across many villages in India, many schools in India, and helping them to become self-sufficient and helping in this is technology for education, pedagogical technology for education. It also resulted in our first government-sponsored center of excellence called Ministry of Tribal Affairs. So this is also here. We have different people in technology, data science, community medicine, social science, all coming together in working at solutions in tribal affairs, in tribes, and working in adult education programs, e-learning, awareness programs, etc. So once again, the social impact of the centers that we have in this campus, what I was trying to tell you. Then we have a Center for Cybersecurity System and Networks. It's a very, very high fund center with several critical national defense projects going on here. Several several crores of funding here. But very interestingly, this is also, we have an M.Tech in cybersecurity. It's also trained two excellent teams. In INCTF, it's called Capture the Flag Contest, it's ethical hacking contest, and Team BIOS, student teams that have become #1 in India in ethical hacking and in cybersecurity. So it's a very important thing. Similarly, there are teams here. We have gone into ACM ICPC. You may have heard of ICPC, it's an intercollegiate programming competition, where you saw college and students come and solve programming problems. And it's considered like the Olympics of coding, shall I say, the Olympics of programming. And very proud to say that twice teams from here, from our campus, have gone to the world finals of the ACM ICPC. So again, this is wonderful center, and a lot of training is there, a lot of high direct significance to the country. Security projects are going on, classified projects are going on here, early warning framework, and to prevent hacking of our networks, critical networks, defense, etc. This is a cybersecurity center we have here. We also have a school of biotechnology on the campus, which very, very important research going on wearable devices, on insulin pump. They have teamed up with the University of Arizona. The engineering school is also going to team up with the University of Arizona in a big way. So several dual degree programs, several collaborations this campus has across. You have the universities down, showing you several universities with whom we collaborate. These are several governmental organizations with whom we collaborate, like Department of Science and Technology, Department of Biotechnology, MHRD, etc., KTH. We have universities across the world whom we collaborate with. These are called tag groups. What we are saying here is different tag groups. So tag groups means research groups for every department. So every department has faculty and experts in these areas. These are called trust area groups. So you have, for example, in mechanical engineering, you have tag groups in engineering design, thermal fluids, robotics, bionics, process control, materials manufacturing. In computer science, you have tag groups like visual computing and AI, formal methods, high dimensional data analysis, AI in disability, linguistics, neural linguistics, etc., etc. Control and instrumentation, triple smart grids, power quality, power electronics. In electronics, we have these tag groups in analog VLSI, robotics and bionics. Robotics is across the departments, digital VLSI, RF communications, embedded systems, etc., etc., etc. So there are several tag groups. So many undergrad students also work along with these people. And I mentioned to you the humanitarian technologies lab last time, which is the electronics department, but you have students from all the departments working there, working on several solutions, like a coconut climbing robot, I told you, gesture-based wheelchair, several COVID solutions for the COVID area, robotics, etc. These are some of our research labs and facilities. I'm just showing you a few photographs. Yesterday in your departmental presentations, you may have seen all the individual, highlights of your departments. I'm just showing you some of the major labs that we have on campus and different departments in schools. For example, you have a control and automation lab, you have microwave lab, cancer biology lab, robotics lab, in advanced research in Ayurveda labs, Agile and Analytical Center, etc., etc., etc. And several crores of rupees have gone into equipping these labs. These are the publications from this campus. You've gone up to from 200 per year, we have come up to now 500 publications, more than 500, 600 publications per year. By publications, we mean research publications. And out of that, I'm very happy to tell you we have several hundred publications from the undergrad students, who are working there. So people like you. So second year, third year and all, you will start, when you start working on these projects, you will publish papers. And it's going to increase your employability by an order of magnitude. You're going to be so much more, employable. Companies will simply grab you when they know you publish papers, you've done projects and all that. So this is very important. This is something important for you to know. See, this is the very start of your undergrad life, is the very start of your career. You may not understand all that I'm talking to you about. I'm not even going to talk to you about citations. Some of you may not even know what citations means. I'm not going to talk to you about that. But uh, why I'm talking about it is this innovation, which is very important for you to get a hand on, okay, and so on. So these are the facilities in the campus. We have all the necessary facilities, accommodation, hostels. Unfortunately, we are closed now because of the pandemic. But when you when the campus opens, and hopefully soon, with God's grace, I hope to actually be able to see you. You can come and actually use all these facilities for yourselves. All these things are available for you: medical facilities, recycling centers, sports, all the necessary facilities of the campus is there. We have a very strong ICTS center, information and computer, center and technology center with several, 1,800 workstations, 500 plus Wi-Fi points. You will soon be seeing a presentation following this. ICTS is going to give you a presentation on the ICTS and our computer facilities, and you will get greater information about that. All of you will have Wi-Fi access and access to several computers across the campus. These are general maintenance and administration. We have everything is automated here. So if you have a problem, your class rep just has to go and tell your teacher, and they will put this request in the GAD. And it could be as simple a thing as fixing a bulb in your classroom, or it could be whatever. And immediately it's all automated, and the request will be tagged, and then it will be fixed the very next day. They also look at preventive maintenance of labs, so many other things, which you don't really need to know. A lot of committees across the campus in which some of them students participate, and it's very important for everything. I'm not going to show you all these different committees, but yes, you have different committees in which different faculty work together to make life smooth for you in the campus. It's something we have curricular committees. So one important thing for you to know is we have something called class committees. You would have already come across that yesterday. People would have told you. Every class, your class representatives will sit in class committees. Class committees will meet twice or thrice a semester. You will be giving live feedback to your HOD, to your principal, to me, to your teachers about how the classes are going. The teachers through the class committee will give you early on at the very outset. They'll be giving you the course plan. They'll be giving you the learning objectives. They'll be giving you, we implement in the School of Engineering completely what is called outcome-based learning. So what does that mean? Every course has an outcome, a learning outcome, which we think this is what you need to get out of this course. Okay. So this is called a program outcome for every program, a course outcome for every course. So you will be told that. So this is what you need to know at the end of this course. This is what we need to know. And this is the program. This is what you need to know. These are the skills that you need at the end of your program. So are you meeting these skills? Are you meeting these learning outcomes? So your question papers will be analyzed. The way your course is being taught will be analyzed by the course committee, by the class committee, by the committee which consists of faculty and the class reps. So any issues, for example, it could be a very simple thing. It could be a simple thing like, sir, I'm not able to hear the teacher properly. The teacher's voice is a bit soft. Things like that. So then what happens? Okay, so then we'll arrange a mic and give things like that. Or there could be also a thing like, can we have some more reference books? Can we have more practicals? We don't, some of us, for example, issues like this come. Sir, some of us don't have computer background. Could we have extra time in the computer lab to train? Yes, we do. We give you bridge courses. We give you extra lab hours to train. We give you, different. We give you bridge courses to address the weak students. For them to come up, we give extra classes, etc., etc. We have a plan for slow learners. We have a plan for fast learners. Both are very important. So there are committees to assess that. So, for example, there may be a student who's poor in mathematics, right? He's not able to go up to speed. So we'll give him a bridge course in mathematics. We will have a separate plan for him. For example, the academic cell will talk to you about what happens if you fail a course. What happens? How do I re-register for it? What kind of a plan can I have? How do I take this course again? What are the exams that I will face? All those things will be explained to you. There is a track for that. Similarly, you're a fast learner. you're doing projects, you want to do things. We have something called a fast track. So at the end of your 4 years, for example, in S8, in your last semester, all those courses are given to you as a fast track in the end of S7. So that the entire last semester is freed up for you so that you can go abroad for your projects or you can go to industry, etc., etc. So we have programs for slow learners, program for fast learners, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so it's called participative learning. Your involvement is very important. So you will be giving us feedback during course committees. You will be sitting there. You will be given the course plan at the very start of the course. The teacher will tell you, this is the course plan, these are the exams, this is the weightage for this exam, that is the weightage for this exam, this is the viva, this is the way you will be graded, this is the way you will be evaluated, everything will be told, this is the textbooks we're going to use, this is the reference books we are going to use, this is the place where notes will be uploaded, this is the time schedule for your academic calendar, this is a schedule in which you need to submit your homework and assignments, the whole thing will be given to you. So then you and the teacher will work together in achieving the learning outcome which you're supposed to get from that course. Okay, so these are some of the committees. So you must give us live feedback during the semester. So all your advisors, your faculty members, your counselors, your HODs, all of us are here for you to be able to talk to us and tell us, sir, can I have this? Can I have that? I'm interested in this. Can I do an elective in that? All those things. You understand? So one thing you must understand, school is different from college. Okay. In school, pretty much you had to do what people tell you. You did not have enough of a freedom to give your opinion on the thing. College is slightly different. Okay. While here also you have a structure which you have to follow. Of course, you have a discipline you have to follow. But at the same time, your involvement is greater. Your participation is greater. And you will also have to be more proactive. You can come up and ask for different kinds of courses. This is what I'm interested in. Is there a way I can go there? Things like that. Okay. So we'll help you do that. So that is why all these committees and faculty are there to help you. So we have, I've been telling you, right? So in several things, we have strategies for each one of this. Project-based learning and problem solving. Okay. We have every semester, at least one or two courses will have project-based learning. We'll have projects there. Problem solving. So we have now CTPS, computational thinking and problem solving course that all of you will do. Strategies in critical thinking, interdisciplinary research on the campus. I've already talked to you about that. Then we also have a very strong CIR, which you already just talked about. And we also have a technology business incubator. Many of your students have gone on to become entrepreneurs. They've started their own companies. And our TBI has helped them incubate their own companies. And we have a diversity in faculty, infrastructure, and all that for your facilities, for research, for your various projects. You don't need to see these slides. This is what we do to help our own faculty. You don't need to see this slide either on what we do for mobilization. We have something called the internal quality assurance system. This is what I was talking to you about. You see, so we have what is called an outcome-based education. So where we have the outcome-based education, we have experiential projects, we have an academic monitoring committee, we have an in-house OM software through which automates the whole process from start to end and through your to give your outcome-based education. This academic monitoring committee pretty much consists of all your HODs, your advisors, counselors. This is where your class committees, everything come in. This is where the input is taken right from the students. We have a quality assurance for the exam system. We have a scrutiny committee for the quality of the question papers, because they also have to be at a sufficient standard, etc., etc., etc. So at each step of your process, we have people looking at it and assuring the quality. So this is the reason why we got an A++ in NAT, because we are very strong on quality. We are very strong on monitoring the quality of the kind of education that you are getting. Now, usually these slides, we don't share with students because many of them don't understand. But I'm just telling this to you. There may be some of you, there may be even parents listening. I'm telling this to you for you to understand about the, what shall I say, the nitty-gritty of the process which we look at. Your question papers, your class delivery, your participation in the class. Attendance is very important. Some of you may say, why does Amrita have an attendance rule? And I want to tell you that attendance is very important because the discipline of coming to the class and listening to the teacher. You may say, I can read this, but especially in online system, we have seen that people, they are tempted to bunk. Okay. Okay, I'm telling you frankly, or your attention span goes away. So but it's important to listen, to collect notes, to what will not work here in Amrita. I will tell you, if you procrastinate and if you just postpone, and if you think you can just mug up something at the last night before the exam, okay, if you think you can just mug up something in the last night before the exam and come and write, it won't work. You may still pass the exam, of course. You may pass the exam. You may even get a good grade. But remember, what you need is not just a grade. You need a dream job. You need a career ahead of you. You need to be able to stand in front of an interview panel for Intel. Okay, Intel may come and conduct an interview, or Microsoft, or Amazon, or Larsen and Toubro, right? They'll come and conduct interviews, right? And you'll have to face those interviews, and they'll ask you questions, and they will find out whether you have really learned the subject, or if you just mugged up something in the last minute. They will know in 2 minutes. They will know. So it's important. They will look at the projects you have done. They will look at the skills you have done. So remember that when you come to Amrita, there is a great deal of hope and expectations which you have come with, of course, because Amrita is a fantastic university. But there is also a great deal of responsibility on your side. Society is looking at you. You are an Amrita student. So are you learning? Are you working hard? That's very important. Okay. So you can just forget about thinking you can just bunk classes and I'll study in the last minute and pass an exam. It doesn't work. You may pass the exam, but does that make you a good engineer? That's the question that you have to ask. So be regular in your work. That's very important. Okay, be regular in your work. You maintain the quality of your work, and we will maintain the quality of your education. Okay, and with God's grace, the quality of your life will be assured. Okay, that's very important. So many things we do here. This is some of the Amrita Shri programs that I wanted to show you. This is the bestowing of the UNESCO chair that took place here. You see this Amrita Shri down here, this huge group of women. This is the Amrita Shri project that our ashram inaugurated, and thousands of women across the world, across India are being helped by the Amrita Shri to set up self-help groups, to get vocational training, to get pension, etc., etc. So much. And our students also participate several extracurricular activities. I'm coming now to the extracurricular, co-curricular, and social activities that the students can go. This is a great example of that. So the UNESCO Chair for Gender Equality, that's Amrita Shri is a great project. There's a lot of facilities on campus, on all these facilities are there in waste management. We are Amritapuri. Why I put this slide in? Amritapuri is considered to be Kerala's greenest campus. Okay, we got an award from the government as the most pollution-free and the cleanest and the greenest campus. So when you come to our campus, you can enjoy a really nice, clean, beautiful green campus. Lot of events are there in this campus towards all other, World Peace Day, SSR projects, student internships. So I want to talk to you about SSR projects and live-in labs. SSR project is student social responsibility projects. Every one of you will be doing an SSR project, and the CAR takes care of it. So you will be doing a project that is community relevant. It could be going to a nearby school and teaching them some skills on maybe composting. It could be setting up a solar grid in a nearby area, whatever. So there are a lot of SSR projects that you will be involved with. You also have serve an hour projects in your first year. Will be taught to use 1 hour to produce some things to of community relevance. And you have the famous live-in labs. Several projects and programs we do on the campus. This is Amala Bharatam, all our students getting together in a cleanup drive. Down here is Ayud. Ayud is the Amrita Yuva Dharmadhara, what is it called? And now it's called Ayud, which is an international youth organization that the entire that the ashram started. So we have thousands of youth from across the world. In Europe, it's a very, very famous organization. Okay, the Ayud. And many of our students take part in that. We have leadership summits, we have training summits, We have programs on yoga and meditation through Ayud. We have programs on Indian culture. Uh, uh, Top speakers will come and talk to you on national relevant issues, give you training in leadership and public speaking, so etc., etc., etc. A huge gamut of activities through Ayud, which you can also take part in, and that will help you to network across students of your age group from all over India. Okay? That's a very nice thing. This is an example of what Ayud did here. These are our students here. See, 4 years ago, Kerala had terrible floods. And so our students set up a call center, and a 24/7 call center. And for 1 week, the upstairs, CAR office was converted into this call center. And our students sat day and night helping people across the state. They took more than 100,000 calls. They collaborated. They were in sync with the army and the navy and the police, and they helped to rescue or reach supplies to more than 13,500 people across Kerala. Took more than 100,000 calls. Night and day they were working in Ayur. I'm extremely proud of these students. You see, when the whole state was reeling under floods, our students went there and they did a fantastic job. 24/7, they helped thousands of people across the state. They monitored, in fact, using the app which I showed you about in the WNA, helicopters, they got calls, they were able to talk. I was also present there. We were talking to people from the Navy and from the Air Force. Helicopters used to go to different places, pick up people, etc., 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 and a lot of help was done. I would also, huge massive cleanup across the Kerala was done by our students and by a lot of ashram people, a lot of cleanup activities. Amma donated several hundred crores to the National Cleanup Mission, and you see a photograph of the Prime Minister giving Amma an award there for that. And then we have workshops on different things like leadership, yoga, meditation, I told you, and different cultural tours. And through Ayud, we take our students on different cultural tours to different parts of South India and to show you different interesting places. So some photographs there. So campus life is a lot of fun. Okay. So we have a lot of events on the campus. You have Ugadi. Okay. When I first came into this campus in 2006, primarily 99%, over 90% of the students were all from Kerala. But then the AAA exam started, and then we had a wave of students from Andhra. So in our campus, we had a huge number of Telugu students, a huge number of Malayalam students, Tamil students, and also from North India. So we have different, very, very interesting mix of students here, and it's really beautiful to be able to interact, with different people from different parts of India. You will make great friendships, and I tell you that. So unfortunately, because of this pandemic, one beautiful thing you are missing is campus life and the friendships that you forge in this campus. Some of the closest friendships you will forge in your life are the friendships in this campus. Some of my best friends even today are people whom I studied with together, back in my IIT days. So just as your school friends, your college friends, and then you will have, we have Ugadi, which is every year we celebrate Ugadi here. We have Onam celebrations, Navaratri celebrations, Deepavali celebrations. Then we have several spiritual celebrations like Ramayana. Etimadai campus, we celebrate Krishna Jayanti in a great big way. Here you have some IAM yoga training camps. By the way, I want to tell you something about the yoga and meditation training camps done here. Using the meditation yoga camps, the ashram has trained several hundred soldiers, thousands of soldiers in CRPF, and the Indian Army have also got lessons in meditation and yoga and training, and they loved it so much. To people in Kargil and all that. Of course, the students are not as much part of it as an ashram, but it's beautiful to be part of it. And we've got and we have CRPF on the campus. You see here, as part of Ayud, you have some students tying Rakhi to the CRPF soldiers here, and several. And then we have ashram does IAM meditation and yoga training in jails, in schools, in police officers, and for the army. So it's very good, in all these stressful areas, incredibly stressful areas. Learning yoga and meditation helps them tremendously. And all of you as students will also have an opportunity to learn yoga and meditation and to integrate these things in your life, because as the years go by, life becomes so much more stressful, and we need to have these skills to manage our mind. That is very important. We need to have the skills, not only the knowledge to, we need to have knowledge not only to tackle the external world, but we also have to have the skills to tackle the internal world, to manage our own minds. And this is where these really help a lot. So anyway, so all these events are there on campus. We have this national, techno-cultural event called Vidyut, okay, which we had it last year, and then of course after the pandemic we have not had. Like some of the present students, they told me yesterday they have visited our campus during Vidyut before, and they are now become our students. So very nice to have a lot of students from all over India come here. Lot of activities are on the campus, lot of clubs, lot of social co-curricular activities, cultural activities, which all of you can participate, and you will have great fun. The campus life is great fun. Well, our best practices are, some of our best practices I've told you is international programs for global reach. I've told you we have the last semester freedom for fast track students. That many of our students go for these international programs, international internships, international exchange programs, international dual degree programs, 3+2 programs. So they do 3+2 with KTH, for example, 3 years here and 2 years in the foreign university, like in KTH, and they get a master's in 5 years. So ASIP, the Amrita Center for International Programs, is right here in this campus, and they will be giving you a separate presentation on the next couple of days. And you please listen to that and look at all the international opportunities available for you. There are hundreds. And students all over the world now. Hundreds and hundreds of students in Europe and in the US, many in Australia, some in Japan, and several in Singapore, right? And several of them have gone through these international exchange programs. I think you've already seen some alumni testimonials about that. The very important aspect is this, and you can have during your B.Tech itself international collaboration. Your advisor is collaborating with somebody there. You can be on a project which maybe we had a project many years ago with UT Austin, where our students here and students from UT Austin worked together on one laptop per child project, and that was and the very interesting thing was that. Because when it's daytime, it is night time here, it is daytime for the US, and our kids used to work in the evenings. And so in the US, people will come and they'll start the next day, so the project gets done really fast. So other very good, great best practice that we have is the Live-in Labs, which is becoming an internationally famous program. You see this map of India under the screen there. These are all the villages that our parent organization has adopted. And we are looking at sustainable solutions across these villages in all of these areas: in energy and environment, water and sanitation, health and hygiene, livelihood skill, education, waste management, agriculture, etc. So you have students who have actually gone to these villages. They work there for a couple of weeks. They do a survey. They try to find out what is the main problem in that village. They come back and they use their brains and they try to find a cost-effective solution. And they go back there and they deploy the solution. And that is called Live-in Labs. And these are some of the examples of it. Look here, I'm showing you there. This is a micro hydro system, okay, in Komalikudi village in North Kerala. So that our students set up a micro hydro system there, for water. Then, as I told you yesterday, our students set up a solar grid, a micro solar grid in a village in Wayanad. They didn't have electricity through history, but our students through the Live-in Labs went and they set up a solar grid in that village, okay, and actually hauled the solar panels up the hill, put it there, installed it, and now that village has electricity. And in that village, people used to make a living through selling lemongrass oil. I told you that example yesterday, but I'm repeating it. so that you can understand what you really mean by that. But then the government made a rule that you can't, cut firewood and all that. So they could not boil the lemongrass oil. And so they were forced to live on daily wages. So what we did, our chemical engineering students from Etimadai, WNA mechanical electrical students from Amritapuri, they got together. MBA students got together also for doing project management. And they set up this solar-based lemongrass distillation unit in that village. And now those villagers now have a way of living. They sell the lemongrass oil. They actually came to Amma's programs and sold that oil actually. And they're making a decent living. And what happens? Your students, our students from here, were instrumental in doing that. So as I told you, so at the end of the day, when you participate in living labs, when you work on real-time solutions for society, your resume will be 1,000 times more valuable than if you had just gone through a course, right? Because the company will see a resume and it will say, oh my God, you've actually solved a real problem. You've actually gone and worked there along with different people and you've solved this problem. Fantastic. You'll get the job. Your resume is that much, you become that much more employable when you have such practical experience. Point number one. And point number two, which is perhaps the most important reason why Amma started this, was that the students get to see the real sufferings of society. They get to see firsthand what people go through in real life. And because of that, they become that much more grateful we become that much more grateful for the blessings we have, and we become that much more compassionate individuals, which is Amma's ultimate aim, is to make us that much more compassionate, that much more dedicated to society, and we become better citizens. And invariably, every one of these students who went to the living labs and came back, they said, sir, we have learned more. We gained more than we gave. They may have gone there and they may have been instrumental in solving something. But the gain that they get from that interaction, what they learn, the lessons of life that they learn from there. People from Japan came here to participate in living labs. They didn't want to go back. They were crying. They were literally on the last day, they were shedding tears because they didn't want to go back. They were so moved by that experience. So it makes the student that much more, his heart opens, that much more compassionate, that much more sensitive. They learn about life at a level they have not learned before. And this perhaps is Amrita's unique selling point. We make great human beings, not just great engineers. And that's what we want you to be. So the ultimate aim for Amrita is to churn out a set of people, faculty and scholars and engineers, students and doctors who are simultaneously great human beings who will go and solve the world's problems. So that is why Amrita is such a unique. That is why I'm telling you, you did a fantastic thing by joining here. There's fantastic opportunities waiting for you in every possible thing you can think about. Okay. And so welcome. Make the best use of your time here, and you will be blessed and transformed in ways you cannot think of. And it's a whole world of opportunities waiting for you. And I end with this. This is some of the compassion-driven research projects that we have done. I've already talked to you almost completely about all of this. Several solutions, this is a gesture-based wheelchair. That is the ocean net connecting fishermen at sea. This is a drinking water for several villages, micro hydro. This is a coconut climbing robot. And we have our response to COVID. We made 2 robots, for example, the sanitizing robot that sanitizes places through UV light. This is Annapurna, which is a robot that navigates itself through hospitals. So when you have COVID patients there in isolation, this one, you can put food and vegetables and medicines or whatever on this, and this navigates its own way and delivers the food and the medicines to the patient at the bed, okay? So this is a new mask that Amrita came up with. This is from the Nanotechnology Center. We had a mental health center that are MSW students for COVID relief, etc., etc., etc. Several research publications have come up with respect to COVID. So that shows that we are very, very active using technology to address the world's problems. We have a lot of plans ahead. We are having some new buildings, research buildings coming up. A completely new Ayurveda hospital is coming up. New international collaborations planned. We're planning new M.Tech programs with Cognizant, dual degree plans with University of Arizona. These are some of the new labs that are coming up. Flexible electronics lab, smart energy park, applied mechanics lab. The Bill Gates Foundation has, of course, funded the. I didn't go too much into biotechnology because you were in engineering, but our biotechnology is one of the wonderful schools here, one of India's best schools of biotechnology is on the campus. And they do. I mentioned to you, they've come up with this insulin pump. They do research on microbial toilets that for sanitation solutions. They do research in COVID. They have come up with nitrous oxide solutions for COVID respiratory problems. They've come up with different things, and Bill Gates Foundation has funded them in their sanitation drives and research for sanitation. So that is the flexible electronics part. A new AI and data science high-performing computing facility coming up. Our goal is to be in top 500 in the world as per IOE, but at the rate at which we are growing, I think we will reach that very fast. Okay. So that's all I had to tell you about Amrita, about Amritapuri campus, very exciting campus. As you know, we are part of 4 engineering campuses, and we have 6 campuses across India. We have the 4 engineering campuses are in Ittumadai, Bangalore, Madras, and here in Amritapuri. And we have 2 new campuses coming up, a huge medical campus coming up in Faridabad and Noida in Delhi. And then in Amaravati, a new campus coming up, 2 years that will be there. So several campuses coming up, faculty all working together there. And all our engineering campuses are equivalent. We have the same courses, similar exams, the same course curriculum, and we have a centralized placement. You know all that. I don't have to go into all that for you. So this is just a brief overview of the Amritapuri campus that I gave you. So once again, welcome to Amrita, and Amma bless you in all the success. And I hope that the campus will open soon and we'll be able to actually meet you physically. Namaskar. Once again, best of luck to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bala sir, for providing us with such a wonderful overview of our university and also our own Amritapuri campus. Now we shall move on to the most awaited and the interesting part of today's events, the virtual campus tour, which shall be taken up by the Information and Communication Technology Services, also known as the ICTS.
Namaskar. Hearty congratulations for all 2021 batch students for securing admission at Amrita, and a warm welcome to Amrita family. Usually every year, this induction program used to be a 10-day long festival where all the new people walking around this campus, fresh into this professional world, and like making new friends in making, and new classmates, benchmates. People used to, you are getting another choice, like where you need to make a choice between whether to sit in the first bench or last, with people from different parts of the world, different parts of India, with different mother tongue, different spoken languages, Telugu, Malayali, Tamil, Kannada, everything. It used to be like a festive atmosphere here. We used to decorate, we used to have culturals, like play, treasure hunts, all those things used to happen. And this 10-day long festival now, like, unfortunately this year, you're sitting there at home and we are sitting at college and we are just virtually connected. As Bala sir has mentioned, you are in fact, actually, we are also missing you here. This place is missing you very badly. So I thought like we'll just take you through a virtual tour of this campus. But before I take you through the virtual tour, let me introduce my team, ICTS, just a second. Yeah, I hope you are able to see my screen. I'm from ICTS department. ICTS is for Information Communication Technology Services. This is a department which is going to help you with all your IT related requirements. Like we manage and maintain all the computers, computing labs. In fact, like your admission software, AOAP that you have been applying for, the counseling system, all those things are developed at ICTS. We provide like computing services like Wi-Fi, internet, printing, your authentication services like your Microsoft, all those things are done at ICTS. So if you have any questions to that, like this is the place where you need to contact. This is what we stand for, the whole gamut of IT services, which will help you all throughout your B.Tech program. So we have started a small in 2002 with just 3 people in a small office. In 2010, like we started adding up all different services like computing services, computer labs, like providing services for reprography, all those things. And now in 2021, like we are almost like 60 people, a strong team, and we are still growing, developing different softwares, like providing services, all adopting all new IT innovations, all those things. So this is how like we evolved. Once you come back here, like we start with all the access services. Like if you, I hope like you all received your Amrita email ID and password. So you can use different services as part of Office 365. You can use your Outlook for communication, Teams for classrooms, discussion, and all those things. And like there are so many softwares that provide discounts or free access for EDU education services. Like you can use your Amrita email ID for all those services. So everything will be a single sign-on using your Amrita email ID. And then like we have like we also manage AUMS services. AUMS is a university management service, the platform which you are going to use for getting information on your marks. Now virtually like all your exams are going to happen on AUMS, right? It's a full learning management system. Your class material, your exams, your marks, scores, your fee payment, fee receipts, everything is going to be part of AUMS. So it's full of like Amrita University Management System. Next, like we have a huge network here. Like we almost cover 8 lakh square feet of coverage with 500 odd access points, like 500 Wi-Fi routers, which supports almost 7,000 clients, 7,000 users at a time. And we have currently we have 755 Mbps. Once you're back at campus, we are going to upgrade it so that like you can use an uninterrupted internet service. We are connected with actually a laser line, like a dedicated line to us with 755 Mbps in total. We have a LAN cable, network cable of total 20 kilometers, like starting from ashram to college. It's a huge space. So we have almost 1,000 switch ports, 10,000 switch ports. We can, which means like we can connect 10,000 odd devices to our network. And we have, these are the services that we offer. We have a huge data center, which consists of almost 150 plus physical servers running 24/7, 365 days, with almost like 17,000 square feet, 1,700 square feet. We have a backup services like redundant data center, multiple data center locations, so that like our data to maintain our data secured and safe. We have servers for file storage, application servers. In fact, like a couple of CSE people, they host their applications here. We also provide this cloud virtual machines for you to test your applications. In case you are from CSE and you would like to use Azure services, Azure is offering cloud VMs at $100 credit for all the students. Next, we have computer centers with almost like 1,800 workstations available across the campus for office use and student use. We have 4 big labs, computer labs for student access. And we have services for audio, video, for your cultural events, for this virtual conferences and everything. And we also provide the reprography facilities at the campus. Finally, like if you have any questions or if you need any help, like just like one drop, just like mail it to us at syscare@amrita.am.amrita.edu. Our engineers will get back to you with support. Once you're back at campus, like our office is at first floor A103. So you can just drop in. You can ask for any sorts of help in terms of IT, OS installation, your hardware support. If you need to download something, whatever. So you're always welcome to this place. Now, major thing is, like, as we are all virtually connected, I don't know how much you're missing, but we are missing you. And along with us, this place is also missing you. So if you're seeing this is, let me take you virtually through this campus. This is our campus. As Balasar mentioned, I hope you have noted this point. This campus is like between the fully green area. If you see this, like, this campus is surrounded with all coconut trees. You just watch. I'm just taking you through an aerial view. You can see how greenery it is. The fresh air, like, you get everywhere. You'll only see the green trees or the water bodies. So we are surrounded by backwaters here. And then, like, we have this is our ashram. So if you can see, this is our ashram building, and this is actually, in fact, the first year hostels are also here. So all the first years will get a chance to walk across the backwaters through this bridge and then go to the ashram. And right next to the ashram, you have a major water body. Okay. So this is our overview of this campus, area view of this campus. All those buildings that you're seeing with this right wall, right ceiling, right rooftops, those are all our campus units. And far away, we have our Ayurveda campus here. But this here we have Ayurveda College and Ayurveda Hospital also. So just to take a quick glance, like, you can just have a view of it. This full view is available on Amritapuri campus page. You can just leisurely take a view of this of Amritapuri campus. Sir? Only. One second. Just a second. Yeah. So now let us go to the campus, inside campus. I'll start with engineering college. Usually every year, we have the session in our big Amriteshwari hall. So this is the first place that is missing you badly. Every year when you come for this induction program, usually our induction programs used to happen here. This empty hall now. This is where we used to start our fresh batch. Balasar, director, everyone used to sit on the stage. Principal ma'am, Jyoti ma'am used to sit on the stage. He used to deliver this. And this is the best place, your classrooms. This is how typically your classrooms looks. This is the biggest class, like, which can accommodate around 72 people. Fully audio visual equipped, like, we can play virtual classes here with projector and cameras fit in. And every first year student, like, they'll be having this computer labs. First year, like, your primary course is computer programming, irrespective of the department or branch that you choose. So this is our, as I mentioned, the computer labs, like a huge lab. This lab accommodates around like 147 people. And then part of Amrita's culture, every semester you'll be having like yoga classes. This is part of a yoga hall where all our yoga classes happens. And this comes for all those people from Andhra and different states, and even people from Kerala. This is hostel buildings. Neela is our girls hostel building. This is from the girls hostel compound. This is how our hostels looks. Fully surrounded by lush greenery. You'll definitely have a fresh air to breathe in. And this is from our boys hostel. On your screen is a PG hostel for boys. It's a closed compound, like where people are free to move around. This is how a typical 4 per room looks like. This is from the girls' hostel building. You have a wash and toilet inside. And this is the aerial view of the girls' hostel. Next. Yeah. So this is our indoor room, indoor sports, indoor games room. With actually, we have table tennis boards in all the hostels. Each block will have its own 2 table tennis boards. For billiards and all, like we have a separate room inside the college. And we have a huge library. This library also has a digital section. In coming days, maybe on 28, like we'll have another session on how to use like digital resources, even from your home. We have a very huge collection, and this also includes your textbooks, your reference material, archive of all your senior projects, research studies. And this is our digital lab. Previously, people had to come to this campus or come to the library to access this digital resources. Thanks to Corona, in one way now, all the digital resources are available at, wherever you are. We'll have a separate session on how to use digital resources in terms of like either IEEE paper search or digital libraries. Every student at Amritapuri will have an access to the digital resources. You can refer to that for your reference material or any research interests. Okay. Before we come back to this part, now let me just go back to this virtual map. We have different places. This is one place like which used to be a really happening place, and we are having an empty space now. This is our Balas's office, Associate Dean, Dean Engineering now. So every student like is welcome to drop in for all their issues or just to have a quick chat. So for School of Engineering, like we start with Director's Cabin and Associate Dean's Cabin. Then we have another office for Principal Ma'am, Jyoti Ma'am. So for all your academic and non-academic support, you can always visit this room. I've covered Central Library, but let me just take you quickly to the labs. So let me take you to this electrical ECE labs. So this is our digital lab. And then we have DSP and communication lab. This is where all those MATLAB, signal processing lab sheets and all happens. And then we have electronics lab. All your CROs that you're going to use. Microwave lab. All these labs are part of your curriculum. So every week, at least, like you have to spend in minimum of 2 labs. I hope in most of our presentations, whether it is Balas's or like Amritapuri highlights, you'll be seeing this name like more often. HUT labs, humanitarian technologies labs. This is where like all our ECE students take part, ECE and CSE. So this is all the student projects lab where students spend like most of their nights or after their class hours, especially ECE students. Like you'll find almost like 100 students every semester here, and they have another lab extension to this. So this is where like all the student labs works. You can see this, like they are working on this robotic hand. They have worked on like coconut climbing robot. I'm sure like you'll have a session exclusive on this, like all the project exhibitions and all in the coming days. We have a research lab, wireless networks application. So you can see they have a huge this is a smart grid lab. Like mostly EEE students can relate to this, making a micro grid network. This is like a simulation or prototype of setting up a micro grid in a village. So whatever research we do here, like we directly take it to villages or remote locations to deploy. This is something a patented one, a solar powered cycle. I hope like you've heard Balasa talking about this landslides alerting. So especially in Munnar and Sikkim, what happens is hill stations. If Andhra people, you can relate to Tirupati. So mostly the hill stations or hilly places, like they frequently get affected with these landslides. So our team from WNA Wireless Networks and Research people, so they have made the simulations for the landslides, and they started doing research on this. We are now successfully able to alert people before landslide effects, so that like people can take shelters, we can relocate them and all. So this is a place where like we usually simulate, we do research on early alerting system, early monitoring system of landslides. So currently we have deployed this at in Munnar and Sikkim. So with this, like we are giving alerts to the government organizations, like government entities. So before any effective landslide comes up, so that they are able to relocate people from those remote locations. And from electrical lab, there is another huge lab space. Like if you see, this is for EEE students for control and instrumentations. For first years, this is a basic course, electrical workshop, where all like will talk about different electrical equipments, PVC conduits at home. Like if you're talking about iron box or whatever, all your fan parts, the basic electrical lab. First semester, like you have to spend your time here, at least 2 hours per week in this lab. This is basically to dismantle and see what all parts are inside your day-to-day things, your freezer, your AC, what all types of cables and wires are there, the basic study of electrical. have this electrical wiring. All such things are available as part of this lab. If you are into core electrical, like we have electrical measurements lab, and then electrical machines lab. So these electrical machines are huge machines. Huge lab with underground wiring and all. So we can see. A DC compound motor. Then we have engineering energy lab. And then power systems lab. So you can be assured that like all your education is going to be a practically driven. Like we have a major lab spaces for you to try out all your theory classes. And another interesting thing is like a mechanical lab. So mechanical labs are like, so this is one as industrial robotics lab, sponsored by ABB Robotics. You have industrial machines here. We have fluid mechanics lab. I'm sure like mechanical students will be able to relate to this. So the core mechanical students, like we have fluid mechanics and many things. And coming to the first year students, like you have to spend time here with mechanical workshop for sheet metal, drawings, all those things. The basic mechanical engineering course. And then like we have a manufacturing lab here. So basically industrial manufacturing lab. So we have this is a huge lab with all lathe machines and all to support different projects on manufacturing and to train all the mechanical engineers. Then we have aerodynamics lab with wind tunnel, 2 huge tunnels. So this is basically to conduct experiments on wind tunnel and all. And we have one smaller one. So and finally, to the very important thing, like which matters a lot for most of the students. So we have a huge complex. This is a gym for boys. We have already gone through this room, billiards and table tennis room. So these courts, badminton courts are available in every building. This is actually, in fact, a college building, though it's fully newly painted and new designs now. But this is our inside college campus. So we have those badminton courts in almost all the buildings, your hostels, college, everywhere. Actually, to refer, these are your classrooms. Yeah. And then we have a huge football and hockey ground. The 8-acre complex. We have a basketball court. inside the Zyticus. So finally, this place is where like you're going to spend for your next 4 years. Hopefully, like you'll come back to this campus soon. And once you're back, you can physically go around this huge space. You can just walk around. And once again, hearty welcome to Amrita. Thank you so much. Next year.
I hope everyone enjoyed the virtual campus tour and are excited to be back on campus as soon as possible. Remember that the campus is not just going to be an educational institution, but it is going to be your home for the next 4 years with a bundle of memories to cherish for the rest of your lives. With this, we come to the end of the forenoon session. The afternoon session will commence at 2 p.m., which will cover the Rubik's workshop by Mr. Hariprasad CM, and you shall witness some beautiful cultural programs by the students of our campus. Students, also please note that for the afternoon session, kindly log into amrita.click/Amritapuri for an interactive Zoom session. The link shall be provided in your respective WhatsApp groups. Thank you so much and have a great afternoon ahead. Namaskar.